Yo, it's boy Marcus Morsini back with a video, and today we're going to be talking about why COD Mobile needs competition. So, what I mean by that is COD Mobile as a game has pretty much dominated mobile gaming for the last 6 years, right? Since its launch, it's been probably the most downloaded game in that period of time. It's pretty much carved out its own legacy in mobile gaming, and it's a part of one of the greatest franchises in gaming, being Call of Duty. So, it's got a lot going for it. And with that, there's big shoes to fill, coming pretty much copying and pasting the COD formula onto a mobile device. And they did a great job, right? Overall, they did a great job. Now, we're 6 years in, so we kind of need more now, right? The game needs to have some quality of life changes to make it better for everybody in the community. And I think a lot of people will agree, in the ranked side of things. Now, the pub side's a little different, but the rank side is the main focus of this, right? That's what most people generally care about. People who are hardcore grinders in the game really do put a lot more time into ranked and aren't necessarily like as much pub grinders. There are a lot of people out there that just grind pubs. They play the game casually and they either are grinding camos or grinding whatever they're doing, and they're not necessarily, that much into ranked. There's a lot of people that just do 1v1s and that's it. They just surf the world chat doing 1v1s. But the ranked grinders are the ones that really do care about the game to a higher extent, in my personal opinion and in my experience. I think those people are more prone to keep playing the game for a longer period of time than other groups of people. And same for ranked in BR, right? People who like to grind BR, they're generally going to be, people who play more, people who are grinding for leaderboards, top 5K, whatever the case might be. Now, COD Mobile has no competition, right? PUBG Mobile, it's a good game. I never really got that into it. I was into it a little bit right before COD Mobile launched, just because Rules of Survival had finally kind of passed away. And so I always preferred Rules of Survival to PUBG Mobile, but that's just me. And so that game's not really competition for it. Apex Legends Mobile wasn't really competition for it. Kind of just came and died. Fortnite Mobile came and died, right? Delta Force, I think that's probably the most recent game to sort of pose a threat to COD Mobile's player base and success. It's come and nobody's really feeling it anymore. I think the hype kind of died off. I don't ever hear anything about it, people wanting to play it or anything like that. Now, what's next, right? There's going to be another game that comes out soon, right? Destiny Rising. I made a video on that. That was pretty fun. I don't think that's going to compete with COD Mobile, right? It's not really... There's nothing that really does compete with COD Mobile. Now, there have been rumors of other, mainline like console PC games coming to mobile devices. And I think that's what we need, right? We need a game that can somewhat pose a threat to COD Mobile, right? Now, there's only one Call of Duty, right? There's no other game like it. People try to make games like it, but it just doesn't have the name brand that Call of Duty has, right? Call of Duty, you hear that, you immediately think probably MW2, Black Ops 2, whatever you played back in the day when you were younger. You know what I mean? The nostalgia you have for that, shooting zombies on Kino, whatever the case might be. That no other game really has that feel to it. But there are other titles out there that could come to a mobile device. Don't know why I'm having a hard time talking. And they could, take some player base away and sort of make COD Mobile developers actually have to improve the game and listen to community feedback. Because right now they don't. They don't really have to listen to community feedback at all. But it would help improve the game for the player base if they did listen to the feedback, because there are changes that need to be made that haven't been getting made because there's not really any pressure on them to make them, right? For example, they don't really change the meta, right? I've been saying for years the worst part of COD Mobile is the balance changes. Every season they release these balance changes, and every season I look at them and I think, why is nothing changing? You know what I mean? They don't nerf guns that need to be nerfed. They don't buff guns that need to be buffed. If they do buff a gun that needs to be buffed, it's the most tiny little buff that doesn't really change anything, like the Codm, which got enough buffs to now it's kind of usable. The FR556 in this scenario, the AR, it's been the worst AR in the game the entire time it's been in the game, and I don't think it's ever really been buffed into relevancy. Like, it just never really gets enough done to it, and they keep bringing in guns and none of them are good enough, so you just kind of end up using the same guns over and over and over again. And that's kind of what ranked is, right? I'm not arguing that. When you play ranked on console, people decide what the meta is, usually the pro players, and that's all you'll use, right? For that year, you'll really only be using the Krig and the 74U for Black Ops Cold War, the MP5 and the M4 for Modern Warfare 2019. And that's kind of it. And that kind of is a problem, right? I think we could all agree the metas for those console games are better, like in a 3-gun meta. For example, Black Ops 4, we had the SOG, the Maddox, and the ICR, right? Everybody ran a pistol, Strife, RK7, and then the sniper was the Paladin, and that was like the meta, right? And that's a lot of guns, you know what I mean? In COD Mobile, it's really just the USS-9, the Odin, and the Tundra, right? And then the melee. Nobody runs a pistol because it's not really as good as it is to run a melee. The melee, your speed's so fast and the melee is so strong that there's not really any point to it. And that really hurts the game. And I think competition is needed for them to actually finally make the proper changes to COD Mobile, right? I mean, what can we see in this game in the past year to show that they have made any changes? Like, the meta has been the same. The guns that we've been using have been the same guns. It's just been the USS-9's the best SMG in the game, and the best AR is some sort of 3-tap AR, right? Could be the HVK, could be the Odin, which 2 taps, could be the HVK actually 2 taps too. The Man of War, you know what I mean? That 3 taps. If it's not 3 tapping, then there's thermite rounds. That's even worse. There's just not enough to the game to keep people wanting to play for long periods of time of ranked anymore. And that sucks. And I think that could come back. There are changes like ban system that I've mentioned many, many times that could improve the game, but there's no chance that's ever going to come if we don't see some competition for COD Mobile. Like a Valorant Mobile, Battlefield Mobile, something like that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. It's been your boy Marcus Morcini. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.